Hi everyone. Today's concept is time and distance. Generally, time and distance is one of the important topic for any competitive exams like CAT, MAT, all management exams, ETMA, okay? And time, speed and distance, okay? This will, this is a topic you have to, you name any exam, it's like UPSC exam, it's like bank exam, it's like SSC exam. You name the exam, so that will come into the picture. That will come into the picture. So time and distance is one of the important topic in any competitive exam. So let's understand the basic points. Okay. So what are the problems will be here? The questions, in this chapter we look at problems, in different type of areas, like general problems on time, speed and distance, then how the relative speed will come into the picture, then problems on the application of relative speed, which means trains, questions, then boats and streams, okay. So we'll try to cover all the concepts, okay, in time, speed and distance, so guys, before we look at problems in various areas, let us look at some basics concepts, regarding speed, time and distance. Guys, if you want to travel certain distance, what you need, don't say energy. Yeah, if you want to travel certain distance, you should have some speed and you should have some what? Time. Okay. So that means distance is equals to, yeah, what is that? Speed into time. Distance is equals to speed into time. So from this you can write speed is equals to distance by time. Speed is equals to what you can write? Distance by time. Yeah. From this, what you are going to write? Time. Time is equal to what you can write? Distance by, time is equals to what you are going to write? Distance by speed. Distance by speed. Guys, if you want to be good in this particular chapter, you should put in all the formats of this particular thing. So the point here is this: distance is equal to speed into time, speed is equals to distance by time, time is equals to distance by speed. All the three formats, you are able to pick whatever you want. If you want to speed, your mind should think distance by time. If you want to time, distance by speed. If you want to distance, speed into time. These points are very clear while solving it. Okay, very clear while solving it. So this is the relation actually between, distance is equals to speed into time, speed is equals to distance by time, time is equals to distance by speed. And one more point you have to understand here is, distance in this particular chapter, distance may be in kilometer or meter, or you can say miles also, okay. But GRE kind of stuff, when you're solving GRE questions, all the questions will be in miles, okay. For now, you can say it as kilometers and meters, and time will be in hours or seconds, okay. Time will be in hours or seconds. Okay, so these are the, points where you need to understand. Okay, and after this conversion, how to convert, uh, kilometer per hour to meter per second, how to convert, to convert in, is, to convert in kilometer per hour to meter per second. So what you are going to do is, you have to multiply, the kilometer per hour to meter per second. You have to multiply with what? 5 by 18, where you will get what? Meter per second. Okay, meter per second. Why we are dividing with, with 5 by 18 only? Why we are doing with 5 by 18? Why? Because kilometer per hour, per hour, okay, per hour. Kilometer will consist of how many meters? 1000 meters. Hour will consist of 60 minutes. If I want to convert them into seconds, 60 seconds. 0, 0 cancel. 0, 0 cancel. So if you closely observe, 2 fives are 2 how many times? 2 threes are. So 5 by 6 threes are what? 18. 6 threes are what? 18. So that's why when you are converting kilometer per hour to meter per second, so you have to multiply with what? 5 by 18. Vice versa. If you want to convert them into meter per seconds to kilometer per hour, what you are going to do is you need to multiply 18 by 5. Then what you are going to get? You will get kilometer per hour. You are going to get what? Kilometer per hour. So these 2 points, the conversion is very, very important. Okay, the conversion is very, very important. So to convert speed into kilometer per hour, okay, kilometer per hour to meter per second, multiply with what? 5 by 18. To convert speed into meter per second to kilometer per hour, you need to multiply with what, guys? Yeah, you need to multiply with what? 18 by 5. 18 by 5. Okay, so based on this particular funda, the conversion, okay, we'll see few questions. Okay. So let me convert the things. Okay, 72 kilometer per hour, 72 kilometer per hour, convert them into meter per second. How you are going to do this? How you are going to do this? So 72 into, what are you going to do with? You have to divide with 5 by 18. 18 how many times? 18 4 times. So 4 fives are how much? 20. So if I convert that, I'll get it as what? 20 meter per second. 20 meter per second. Okay. Let's say if you want to convert them into, like 90 kilometer per hour. 90 kilometer per hour. How you are going to do this? 90 into 5 by 18. 90 into 5 by 18. So if you do it with 90 into 5 by 18, 18 how many times? 18 ones are 18 fives are. Then 5 fives are what? 5 fives are what, guys? 25 meter per second. 25 meter per second. Okay, let's do vice versa. So what we have done here, we have doing kilometer per hour to what? Meter per second. Now what we are going to do, we'll do vice versa. We'll do meter per second into kilometer per hour. We'll do meter per second into kilometer per hour. Let's say 15 meter per second. I want to convert them into kilometer per hour. So 15 into what? 18 by 5. Okay, 15 into what? 18 by 5. Okay, so 5 ones are 5 what? 3s are 18 3s are what, guys? 54 kilometer per hour. 54 kilometer per hour. 54 kilometer per hour. If I want to convert them into, like, 5 meter per second, then how I am going to do this? 5 into 18 by 5. Okay, so that will give me what? 5 in the 5 on the, so that will give me what? 18 kilometer per hour. 18 kilometer per hour. I hope you understand the conversion, how I am going to convert this kilometer per hour to meter per second and meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, okay, guys. while going to the questions, let's understand the relationship between the three variables, which is distance, speed and time. Okay, distance, speed and time. How the things is going to happen, guys. Generally, speed is equals to what we are writing, distance by what, guys? Time. Distance by what? Time. So what I'm trying to do is, we are going to write few relationships here. Okay, guys, keep distance as constant. Keep distance as constant. Please understand yourself. When the distance is constant, if you are going with more speed, okay, you will take less time. Yes or no? You will take what? Less time. If you are going with less speed, you will take what? More time. You will take what? More time. Which means when the distance is constant, speed is what? Inversely proportional to, speed is what going to happen? Inversely proportional to time. So from this you can write st, which is a constant. St, which is what? A constant. Okay, so you can take this, because speed into time is equals to only distance. That's what I'm saying. Speed, when distance is constant, this is going to be occur. So from this you can say, you know S1 T1, which is equals to S2 T2. S1 T1, which is equals to what, guys? S2 T2. Okay. Okay, so this is the first observation which you need to understand. This is what, guys, when the distance is constant, if you are going with more speed, you will take less time. If you are going with less speed, you will take more time. Okay, you will take what? More time. Now, we'll put, basically, what is distance formula? Okay, basically, I don't want to write the full form, basically what is the distance formula? Speed into time. Okay, let's put, the speed is constant. Let's put, the speed is constant. When the speed is constant, if you, when the speed is constant, if distance is increase, then time also increase. When the distance is decrease, the time also get decrease. So distance is what? Directly proportional to time. Distance is what? Directly proportional to time. So from this you can write d by t is equals to a constant. From this you can write d1 by t1, which is equals to d2 by t2. Okay, so if you rearrange this situation, what you're going to get here is, like d1 t2, which is equals to d2 t1. Okay, so this is one of the observation. This is what? One of the observation. This is when, guys, when the speed is constant. When the speed is constant, you will come across what? The direct variation. Okay, the direct variation. Okay, so you can say here, when two bodies travel with the same speed, then the distance covered is what? Directly proportional to time. Okay, in the first case we put distance as constant. In the second case we put speed as constant. Now we'll put what is the other variable when the time is constant. When the time is constant, again you can say distance covered. The distance is very simple. If you are going with more, if you want to travel more distance, you will have more speed. If you want to travel less distance, you should have less speed. Okay, so you can say distance is directly proportional to speed. Okay, so distance by speed, which is equals to a constant. So from this you can say d1 by s1, which is equals to d2 by s2. So from this you can write, d1 s2, which is equals to d2 s1. Okay, so the three, among the three, this is very, very important. When the distance is constant, speed is inversely proportional to time. Okay, inversely proportional to time. Guys, this is when two bodies are traveling with the same speed, distance covered is directly proportional to time. Okay, so this is what? Direct variation. This is what? Inverse variation. This is also what? Direct variation. So we put the three terms are there. We put every one each time, one variable is constant, then how the things going to come into the picture. Okay. So please pause the video and try to, note it down all the points. Okay. Note it down all the points. Okay. Now we'll see the questions, how these particular questions will come into the picture. Okay, so we'll try to solve the questions. Yeah, we'll try to solve the questions. So please write down a question. Please write down a question. Yeah, a car can cover 90 kilometers in 3 hours if its speed is increased by 15 kilometer per hour. Find the time taken by it to cover this distance. This distance. Okay, this distance. Yeah. Yeah, guys. If you look at here, first you need to understand, yeah, what is the distance the car need to travel? 90. Okay, with what speed? What speed I don't know. I need to figure it out initially, because initially it's going with some speed. Now if the speed is increased by 15, so now initially it's going with x speed, now it's going to with what? X plus 15. So now I don't know with what speed it's going initially. Yeah, so let me figure it out. What is the speed? What is the time, guys? It's taking what? 3 hours. When the time is 3 hours, what is the speed formula? Distance by time. So that will give you 90 by 3, which means what? 30 kilometer per hour. So initially it's going with what? 30 kilometer per hour. Okay. So what is the new speed now? The new speed is going to be 30 plus 15. Okay. So the new speed is what? 45 kilometer per hour. Yeah. So now he is asking the time. What is the time formula? Distance by speed. Okay. What is the distance? As usual, 90. What is the new speed? 45 kilometer per hour. Then 90 by 45. That will give you what, guys? 2 hours. Okay. That will give you what? 2 hours. That will give you what? 2 hours. Very simple question. Okay, very simple question. You need to understand it, carefully. You need to understand this particular question, in careful manner. Okay, in careful manner. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. We'll go to the next question. We'll go to the next question. Please write down. I hope everybody done this particular question. Write down. Yeah. To get good idea in this particular time, now we'll do one more question. A car travels 600 kilometers in 15 hours if the speed is increased by 10 kilometer per hour. Then how much time does it take to cover the same distance? Okay, it will take to cover the same distance. Okay, so initially, what is the distance? 600 kilometers. What is the time? What is the time given in the particular question? Yeah, so the time given is what? 15 hours. Okay, so then what is the speed initially? So speed formula, distance by time. So 600 by 15. Okay, so 15 ones are 15 fours and a 0. Yes or no? Okay, so initially it's what? 60 kilometer per hour. So what is the new speed? Yeah, if it's going with, extra 10. Extra 10. Okay, then the new speed is going to be what, guys? 50 kilometer per hour. 50 kilometer per hour. So now I want the time. What is the time formula? Distance by speed. What is the distance? The same distance. You have to divide with what, guys? 50. So 0, 0 will get cancelled. 5 ones are 5 12s are. Okay. Then the answer for this question is what, guys? 12 hours. Then answer for this particular question is what? 12 hours. Okay, 12 hours. I hope everybody clear this particular question. Okay, let's go to the next question. Please write down. Please write down. A and B start together from a point with respective speeds in the ratio 3 is to 2. If B takes 2.5 hours more than A to reach their destination, okay, simply what? There is a ratio was given, then after that B is taking 2.5 hours more to reach, you know, more than A to reach that particular destination. Now the question is this, then how much time does A take to reach the destination? Okay, then how much time A take to reach the destination? Yeah. So there are two speeds, speed of A and speed of B. Yeah. What is the speeds ratio here? Yeah, the speeds ratio 3 is to 2. The speeds ratio is 3 is to 2. This is where you need to understand one point, guys. Okay. When speeds are 3 is to 2, you know this funda. Speeds are what? Inversely proportional to time, which means speeds are in the ratio 1 is to 2. The time will be in the ratio 2 is to 1. So here also the time taken by A to the time taken by B, what is the ratio? 2 is to 3. Yeah, according to the question, he is saying what? B is taking 2.5 hours more than A. So look at it according to this question. So if I take how many hours more than this fellow is taking? 1K. So 1K, which is equals to 2.5 hours. If 1K is 2.5 hours, then whatever you want, you can figure it out. Then if I want 2K, okay, so 2 into 2.5 hours, that will give you what? 5 hours. If I want 3K, so that will give you, 7.5 hours. That will give you what? 7.5 hours. So the point here is this. So this is 5 hours, this is 7.5 hours. So what he is asking? What he is asking? Yeah. So A will take how much time? According to this particular thing, A will take how much time? 5 hours. A will take how much time? 5 hours. Okay. Let's get into the next question. Let's go to the next question. So please write down next question. Walking at 3/4 of his usual speed, a man reach his office 20 minutes late. 20 minutes late. Find the usual time taken to reach office. Find the usual time taken to reach office. Yes. Okay. Find the usual time take to reach office. Guys, you need to understand this point. By walking at 3/4 of his usual speed, a man reaches office by 20 minutes late. Guys, initially he's going with some speed. Initially he's taking some time. Okay. Now what happened? Instead of he's going with some speed, now he's going with the latest speed. That's why latest time will come into the picture. So this is his house and this is his office. So you have to say among these two particular places the distance which is constant. Okay, so in this particular question, which term is constant? Distance is constant. When distance is constant, what are you going to say? Yeah, what are you going to say when the distance is constant? Guys, when the distance is constant, you can say S1 T1, which is equals to S2 T2, because S1 T1 is nothing but distance only. So distance in first case, which is equals to distance in the second case. Yeah. So let me take, initially I am going with S speed, so I am taking T time. Now what happened? Now I am going with 3/4 of his usual speed. Okay, then I am taking, initially I am taking T time, now I am taking 20 minutes extra. Okay, so S going to be cancelled, so 4 will come this side. So 4T, which is equals to 3T plus 3 2s are 60. You can say from here T is equals to what? 60 minutes. So T is what here? The usual time. T is what here, guys? The usual time. But you need to understand one more point here. Yeah, T you got what? 60 minutes. Okay, so this is the one way of the solving. This is method 1. Okay, this is what, guys? Method 1. This is how you can answer your things. Method 2. Method 2. Okay, what is method 2? The ratio method. This is where your skills is going to come into the picture. The method 2 goes like this, guys. How? Yeah, look at here. Okay, guys, let me take speed 1 and speed 2. Guys, initially that fellow is going with 100 speed. Can I say now that fellow is going with only 75 speed? Because in 100, now he is going with 3/4 of that, which means now he is going with only 75 speed, no? Yes or no? So now that fellow is going with 75 speed. So from this I can say my speed ratio is 4 is to 3. That's it. When your speed ratio is 4 is to 3, speed is always inversely proportional to time. Then your time ratio is going to be what? Then time ratio is going to be what? 3 is to 4. Then time ratio is going to be what? 3 is to 4. That's it. Initially he is taking 3 parts. After that he is taking 4 parts. But according to our question, yeah, in the second time he is taking what? 20 minutes extra, which means one part which is equals to 20. When one part is 20, then 3 parts is going to be what, guys? 60. Okay, then 3 parts is going to be what? 60. Okay, that is what you need, right? No, the difference here is what? One part. Difference here is what? One part. Then one part is 20. Then I want, because I want, this is what? This is usual time. This is new time. I mean, this is usual speed. This is new speed. Here also, if I come here, according to the, this is usual time. This is new time. Okay, usual time is 3 parts. New time is what? New time is what? 4 parts. Then k is equals to 20. Okay, then one part is 20. Then 3 parts is going to be what? 60. That's how you can end your answer. Okay, that's how you can end your answer. I can say this is the appreciated way of solving. Don't take this also. 175. For your understanding, I have told you that, the usual speed and new speed. Guys, what is saying? the usual speed is, the new speed is 3/4 of that the usual speed. So that when you want 3/4, let me take usual speed is 1. When this is 1, this is obviously become 3/4. No, because in 1, 3/4 is 3/4 only. From this you can write 4 is to 3. 4 will come this side. No, 4 is the LCM. 4 will come this side. Then 4 is to 3. After getting 4 is to 3, then time, usual time, which is equals to new time. So that will become what? 3 is to 4. Okay, 3 is to 4. So difference is what, guys? 1 part. Then 1 part is what? 20. Then 1 part is 20. I want 3 parts. Then 3 parts are going to be what? 60. Then 3 parts are going to be what? 60. If you want the new type, 60 plus 20, that will give you 80. That will give you what? 80. That's how you can give your answer. Okay, that's how you can end your answer. This is one of the uh, popular question. Okay, so whenever you come across these type of questions, please be ready. Okay, so these are the two methods how you can solve your question. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. Right up. Right up. Mahesh covered certain distance at certain speed. Initially he's going certain distance with certain speed. Okay. If his speed was increased by 20% more, he would take 10 minutes less to cover the same distance. He is taking what? 10 minutes less to cover the same distance. Okay, same distance. Same distance. Find the time taken. Find the time he take to cover the distance. He take to cover the distance. Okay, he take to cover the distance. So guys, look at here. Initially he is going some distance with some speed. Okay, so initially he is going some distance with what? Some speed. Okay, so the ratio method is the appreciated method. Okay, speeds ratio S1 is to S2. Let's say initially he is going with 100 speed. Now can I say he is going with 120 because 20% extra? Which means, yeah. So can I say he is going with, the speeds ratio is 5 is to 6. When speeds are in the ratio 5 is to 6, then times are in the ratio 6 is to 5. 6 is to 5. What is saying? Yeah, he would take 10 minutes less to cover the same distance. Yeah, now that fellow is taking 10 minutes less to cover. How many parts less? Yeah, according to the previous one, it's only one part less. Yeah, then one part which is equals to, one part which is equals to 10 minutes. And then what do you want? You want the usual time. Usual time is nothing but 6 parts. Okay, then 6 into 10, that will give you 60 minutes. Okay, if you want the new time, that is nothing but 5k. So 5 into 10, that will give you 50 minutes. Okay, that will give you what? 50 minutes. Yes, it's 10 minutes less. Yes, it's 10 minutes less. Yes, sir. No. This is how you can answer your particular thing. You have your speed ratio, you have your time ratio. So speed and times are which proportion, guys? Inversely proportion. When these two are in inversely proportion, okay, so the beautiful way of solving with the proportion method. Okay, this is the beautiful way of solving. So please understand it. Okay, so please understand the situation and try to get as early as possible your answers. Okay, so this is how when he is walking with more speed and he is going with a less speed, how the situation will come. Okay, how the situation will come into the picture. Okay, let's go to the next thing. Let's write down next question. Please write down the next question. Yeah, please write down the next question. A worker reaches his office 10 minutes late, walking at 6 km per hour. He reaches his office 5 minutes early, walking at 8 km per hour. Find the distance between his house and office. Okay, guys, in this particular question, what you need to understand is this. Yeah. So you need to understand this point, which term is constant. Okay, guys, you need to say in this particular question, distance is constant. Okay, in this particular question, which term is constant? Distance is constant. Okay, when the distance is constant, you can say S1 T1, which is equals to S2 T2. Okay, S1 T1, which is equals to S2 T2. What is saying? A worker reaches his office 10 minutes late. You don't know actual time. First, you need to take, actual time is T. Actual time is what, guys? T. Please assume, actual time is T. Generally it is taking what? T minutes. Actual time is T. Then, yeah, if he is going with what speed initially? 6 km per hour. He is taking what? 10 minutes late. If the actual time is T, 10 minutes late, you will get, T plus 10. But you need to understand, this is kilometer per hour, this is in minutes, so you have to divide this with what? 60. Okay, next. In second case, he is going with what? Okay, he is going with what? 8 km per hour. Now he is reaching his office by what? 5 minutes early. So which means T minus 5. Your college is 8 o'clock. You are going 5 minutes early, which means what? You will go to 7:55, no? So minus 5 only, no? Again, this is in kilometer. You have to divide with what? 60. Is finally what is asking the distance? Finally, what is asking the distance, which means he is asking this thing only, speed into time only, he is asking. So once you figure it out what is T, substitute here, you will get your answer. Okay, but mind it, if I want T, the T will get cancelled. So if I want the distance, so wait a minute, I want 6 into T plus 10 by 60. This is how I got my distance. So now let's calculate this. 60 get cancelled. 2 3s are 2 4s are. Okay, 2 3s are 2 4s are. So this is 3t plus 30, which is equals to 4t minus 20. Okay, so from this you can say, 3t will this side, 20 is going to be this side. Okay, then it's going to be what? Yeah, then it's going to be what, guys? 50, which is equals to t. So t is equals to what? 50 minutes. T is equals to what? 50 minutes. But I want a distance. Then distance is going to be 6 into t. What is t? 50 plus 10, divided by 60. Then distance is equals to, yeah, 6 into 60 divided by 60. Then 60 get cancelled. Then the distance is equals to what? 6 kilometers. And the distance is equals to what, guys, here? 6 kilometers. Okay, 6 kilometers. So this is how you can answer your questions. It's a traditional way of solving. This is a traditional way of solving. Then what is the other way? what is the other way to figure it out, this particular question? Okay, the other way is this. Okay, the other way is this. So what is the other way around? Okay guys, look at here. The other way is this, method 2. Method 2. Okay, the ratio method. What is the method? The ratio method. Okay, what is the ratio? Guys, speeds were given, no? The speeds are in the ratio is what initially is going with 6 kilometer per hour. Now he is going with 8 kilometer per hour. So you can say the ratio here is what? 3 is to 4. When speeds are in the ratio 3 is to 4, then times are in the ratio what? Then the times are in the ratio 4 is to 3. Okay, guys, this is the way you need to understand one point. Let's look at this. Your college is 8 o'clock. Your college is 8 o'clock. In first case, that fellow is late by how many minutes? In first case, that fellow is late by how many minutes? Yeah, he is late by 10 minutes. So he came at what time? 8:10. Okay, in second case, he came at what time? 7:55. Guys, tell me, what is the difference between 7:55 to 8:10? What is the difference here? Yes, the difference here is what? 15 minutes. Yes or no? The difference here is what, guys? 15 minutes. Which means, which means, which means, look at here. 4K and 3K. Okay, 4K and 3K. Okay, 4K and 3K. What is the difference here according to the ratio? 1K. So can I say my 1K value only 15 minutes? Okay, 1K value only 15 minutes if I want 4K. So 4K is going to be, 4K. Okay, 15 fours are 60 minutes. 60 minutes. But what do you want? You want distance. What is the distance formula? Speed into time. Yes, speed according to, so you can take anything. So I know this time. What is this time? 60 minutes. So let's take that speed. What is that speed? 6. Time is what? 60 minutes. So 60 minutes by 60. You can write directly 1 hour, but always that is not 1 hour, no, because in the second case you will get something. So 60 get cancelled. You will get what? 60 kilometers. You can write 3K is equals to what here? 45 minutes. Okay, 3K is equals to what? 45 minutes. You can write that also. Distance formula. What is the distance formula? Speed into time. What is the speed? Yeah, what is the speed in the second case, guys? 8. Okay, what do you want? The time, no? What is the time? 45 minutes. So 45 should be divided with what? 60. Okay, so 15 threes are 15 fours are 4 ones are 4 what, guys? 4 twos are again 2 threes are what, guys? 6 kilometer per hour. 2 threes are what? 6 kilometers. Okay, 2 threes are what? 6 kilometers. I hope you got this particular question. Okay, I hope you got this particular question. Okay, so this is how you need to answer your questions. Okay, this is how you need to answer your questions. Okay, next. Next. After completing this question, okay, we'll see some concepts. Okay, we'll see some concepts. What is the next? Average speed. What do you mean by average speed? Okay, average speed means what? Yeah, if you want average speed, guys, if you want average speed, that is nothing but generally what do you mean by average? Average means sum by number. Okay, now what's happening? It's adding what? A speed extra. Then what is generally speed formula? Distance by time. So then average speed is equals to distance, which means the total distance by total time. That's it. Average means what? Speed by sum of the observations by total number of observations. Speed means what? What do you mean by speed? Yeah, speed means what? Distance by time. Speed means what, guys? Distance by time. So average speed is equals to total distance by total time. Okay, so then the average speed is equals to, okay, average speed is equals to, okay, please write down total distance traveled by total time taken. Total distance traveled by total time taken. Total distance traveled by total time taken. Okay, you have to understand this point. You have to understand this particular point. Average speed is nothing but it's not equal to averages of speed. Okay, yeah, please write down a note. Average speed, average speed of a moving body is not equal to the average of the speeds. Okay, not equal to the averages of the speeds. Averages of the speeds. That point you have to understand. Okay, that point you have to understand. Okay, in this particular thing, we have some different concepts will coming to the picture. Okay, so what are the concepts? What are the concepts? Okay, guys, if a body travels from, let's say, A to B, this is point A, this is point B, with a speed of, initially it's going with p kilometer per hour, and it's coming back with q kilometer per hour. Okay, q kilometer per hour. Okay, so now he is going to ask you what is the average speed. What is the average speed, guys? Generally average speed means what, guys? So let's calculate this. Generally average speed is equals to what? Total distance by total time. Yes or no? What is the distance here? I don't know. So let me take d is the distance. So can I say the total distance going back and coming back? Can I say the total distance will become 2d? Yes or no? So d plus d and time. You know the time? No, you don't know. But basically time formula is what? Distance by speed. Okay, distance by speed. So time taken for A to B. So let me write clearly. Time taken for A to B and time taken for B to A. Distance by what? P. Okay. Okay. Then the time taken for B to A is what? Yeah, the same distance by what? Q. So 2D by time taken, so which is d by p plus d by q. So this is what I am calculating for average speed. Then what is the situation? He is going some same distance with some speed and he is coming back with the other speed. So then the average speed will become what, guys? So 2d will be in the numerator. So pq is the LCM. So you will get it as what? QD plus PD, okay, divided by PQ. So PQ will go to the numerator. So then your average speed will become 2 PQD by, if I took D as common, Q plus P. So DD is going to be cancelled. So you can say then the average speed is equals to 2 PQ by P plus Q. Okay, so whenever you come across, this is the situation. What is the situation? Okay, if a body traveling from point A to point B with a speed of p and coming back to point A, okay, which means from B to A with a speed of q, then the average speed of the body can be calculated as what? 2pq by p plus q. Please note that this does not depend on the distance between A and B. The distance, whatever may be the distance, okay, if the distance is same, okay, if the distance is same, okay, this will come into the picture. So this is the this is the first thing. This is the second observation. This is the second observations. Okay, what is the third observation? What is the third observations? So please note down. Please note down. If a body cover a part of the journey at speed p and the remaining part of the journey a part of the journey with with p speed and the remaining part of the journey with the q speed, it does not equal, okay, q speed and the distances of the two parts of the journey in the ratio m is to n, then the average speed of the entire journey, m plus n, into pq by m q plus np. So this will become your average speed. So look at here, he is going with q kilometer per hour, then he is going with, initially he is going with p kilometer per hour, then he is going with q kilometer per hour. Okay, with m is to n is the distance, so two different distances, so here the distance is not equal. Okay, then how to figure out your answer? You can directly figure out your answer as well. M plus n pq by mq into np. Okay, mq into np. These are the three different kind of the stuff which you need to understand. Okay, let's get into the questions. Okay, chalo, write down a question. A car cover certain distance at 90 kilometer per hour and return back at 60 kilometer per hour. Find the average speed. Find the average speed. Find the average speed. Find the average speed. Okay. So yes. So guys, first we'll try to solve in a general way. Okay. Initially is going with 90. This is the distance. Okay. Let's say the distance is x. Initially he is going with 90 and he is coming back the same distance with what? 60. Obviously he'll take two different times, no? Yes or no? Obviously he'll take what? Two different timings. Okay. So if you closely look at here, yeah. So time taken, I don't know, but you will take time taken for, let's say this is point A, this is point B. Time taken for AB plus time taken for BA. Okay. Okay. So let me calculate what is the total time. Time taken for AB. Basically, time formula is what? Time formula is what? Distance by speed. Okay, so what is the distance here? X. With what speed it's going? 90. In second case, what is the distance? X again. What is the time, guys? Sorry, what is the speed? 60. Okay, so if you calculate this, 90 and 60, what is the LCM? 180. 90 how many times? 2 times, so 2x. 60 how many times? 3 times, so 3x. So you can say this is what? 5x by 180. Okay, so if you cancel that, 5x by 180, so if you cancel that, 5 how many times? 30. 5 threes are 15 and 6. Okay, x by 36 you will get. Okay, but now I want average speed, which means what? Total distance by total time. What is the total distance? 2x. What is the total time? X by 36. X is going to be cancelled, no? So 2 into 36. So which means what? 36 into 2. That will give you 72 kilometer per hour. That will give you what? 72 kilometer per hour. Okay. But the same model, we have derived one formula. Whenever this is a situation, if you want the average speed, what is that? 2 into product of the speeds by sum of the speeds. We have calculated, no? So 2 into 90 into 60 by 90 plus 60, which means what? 150. Yes or no? So 0 0 is going, okay, 0 0 is going to be cancelled. Okay, yeah, 0 0 here, 0 is 0 is going to be cancelled. So 15 ones are 15 how many times? 6 times. Yes or no? So then your average speed will become what? Yeah, 6 6 is 36, 36 into 2. So 36 into 2 will give you what? 72 kilometer per hour. 72 kilometer per hour. Okay, so this is how you can get your answer. This is how you can get your answer. So this is the question related what? Average speed. Average speed. Okay. So you can directly take that 2 into product of the speeds by sum of the speeds. Okay, sum of the speeds. Okay, next. Next question. Next question. Yeah. A man cover a distance traveling at speed of 40 kilometer per hour and returns to the starting point at 60 kilometer per hour. Find the average speed of the entire journey. Yeah, the same model, the same question. Okay, the same model and the same question. Okay, then the average speed is equals to, you can say 2xy by x plus y. That may be anything. So 2 into, what are the speeds? 40 and 60 divided by 40 plus 60, which is what? 100. So 0 0 0 0 cancel. 6 4 is 24. 24 into 2 is what? Yeah, 6 4s are 24. So 24 into 2 is what, guys? 48 kilometer per hour. Guys, please mind it. This is when the distance is constant. Then only you have to use this formula. He is going with x kilometer per hour and coming back with y kilometer per hour. Then only the average speed will become what? 2xy by x plus y. Okay, then only you have to use this. Okay, I hope this is clear. Okay, next, we'll talk about relative speed. We'll talk about relative speed. What is relative speed? Okay, what is relative speed? Okay, guys, when actually the relative speed coming to the picture, the speed of, one moving body in relation to the other moving body is called relative speed of these two bodies. which means what, the speed of one moving body is observed from the speed of the second moving body. Okay, the speed of the second moving body. So let's understand with some, some basic example. Yeah, let's look at here. Let's look at here. A and B are, two cats. The distance between these two cats is 10 kilometer. 10 kilometer. The distance between these two cats is what? 10 kilometer. Okay, the distance between these two is what? 10 kilometer. Okay. Cat A speed is, 2 kilometer per hour. Speed of cat A is what? 2 kilometer per hour. Speed of cat B is what? 3 kilometer per hour. Okay, 3 kilometer per hour. So the point here is this. He'll ask you at what time they are going to be met. Okay, let's say if they started at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. at what time both cats are going to be met is your question. Yeah. Basically, what do you want? Time. Okay, at what time? Basically, time formula is what? Distance by speed. Yes, sir. I have the distance. What is the distance? 10. But speed you want. Guys, this is where you need to understand when you come across the speed. Okay, when you come across the speed, how many speeds you have? You have two speeds. Then which speed you are going to take? Yeah, that is the point. Then which speed you are going to take? So then average speed will come into the picture. So we'll solve with the formula, but before going to the formula, let's understand the situation. Both are started at what time? 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. So this is cat A speed is 2 kilometer per hour. Someday, some Valentine's Day, the two cats are going to be met. They want to meet. Okay. So after what time they are going to be met? Look at here. Can I say at 11 o'clock when the time is 11, the cat A is going to travel 2 kilometers. On the same time, cat B is going to travel 3 kilometers. Yes or no? So can I say in 1 hour together they traveled 5 kilometers? Yes or no? Now now the time is 12 o'clock. At this particular time the same cat is going to travel again 2. The other cat is going to travel again 3, which means when the time is 12 o'clock, both are going to be met. No? Yes or no? Both cats are going to be met. Their A and B are going to be met. At what time? 12 o'clock. But which speed you have to take? You have to take the relative speed. You have to take which speed, guys? Relative speed, which means, speed of cat A and speed of cat B. Okay, because it's a small distance, I can assess it here. I can write it like this, I can guess my answer. But when the distance are very huge, you can't do it. Yeah, 10 by, which means this is what? 2 plus 3. Then the time is going to be 10 by 2 plus 3 is what? 5. Okay, so 5 ones are 5 twos are. Then time is going to be what? 2 hours. After 2 hours, they are going to be met. So 10 o'clock plus after 2 hours, it's going to be what? 12 o'clock only. Okay, it's going to be what, guys? 12 o'clock. So what I'm trying to tell you in this, now both are moving in the opposite direction. Guys, when both bodies are moving in the opposite direction, your speeds will get added. When both are moving in the same direction, your speeds will get subtracted. Your speeds will get subtracted when the S1 is more than S2, S1 minus S2. Otherwise, S2 minus S1. Okay. So this is how the relative speed will actually apply. Okay, this is how here the relative speed will actually apply. Okay, so on the relative speed basis, you have more questions regarding the application of relative speed is going to be your trains questions, boats and streams questions. We'll all see. Okay, so before that, I hope pause the video and try to understand this particular question. Okay, and then I am going to give the notes. Please write down. Yeah, pause the video, first write it, then after that again, yeah, write down. Relative speed. The speed of one moving body in relation to other moving body is called the relative speed of these two bodies. Okay, it is the speed of one moving body as observed from the second moving body. It is the speed of one moving body observed with the second moving body. Second moving body. Okay. If two bodies are moving in the same direction, the relative speed is equal to the difference of the speeds of two moving bodies. That's what I'm saying. When they are moving in the same direction, technically you can write S1 minus S2, which means that's what he's saying. If two bodies are moving in the same direction, the relative speed is equal to the difference of the speeds of two moving bodies. Okay, two moving bodies. If two bodies are moving in opposite direction, opposite direction, the relative speed is equals to the sum of the speeds of two bodies. 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 Okay, the sum of the speeds of what? Two bodies. Okay, so let's get into the questions. So please write down a question. Please write down a question. Please write down a question. Okay, please write down a question. A train starts from Hyderabad at 10 a.m. 10 a.m. with a speed of 60 km per hour. Other train starts from Hyderabad at 11 a.m. At 11 a.m. At 11 a.m. with a speed of 70 km per hour. 70 km per hour. And goes in the same direction. As the first. At what time and what distance from Hyderabad will the second train overtakes the first train? Second train overtakes the first train. Okay, second train overtakes the first train. Yeah. Guys, please understand the question. There are two trains. So one train is started from Hyderabad at 10 a.m. The other train is started from Hyderabad at 11 a.m. Okay. Both are moving in the same direction. So what is the distance? I don't know. It's going like that. There is no other station. Okay, there is only one station from Hyderabad. Both trains are going to be started. Which means, can I say both are moving in the same direction? Yes or no? and the first train which is it's 60 kilometer per hour. Okay, and the second one is what, guys? 70 kilometer per hour. Okay, what are the questions? At what distance from Hyderabad, and somewhere they are going to be made, because the speed of the second train is more than the first train, so definitely the second train will catch the first train somewhere. I don't know at what distance. That's what we need to figure it out. Okay, and he's asking what uh, distance and time also is asking. Guys, you want to time. Basically, time formula is what? Distance by speed. Okay, so please, with a cool mind, understand. This train already started what? At 10 o'clock. So when the time is 11 o'clock, already the first train will travel 60 kilometers. Yes or no? The first hour, 10 o'clock, the first train is already 60 kilometers it is going to travel. When the time is 11 o'clock, the first train at 120. But when the time is 11 o'clock, let's say there is A train and B train. The B train is it only 70. Yes or no? When the time is 12 o'clock, the first train at 180. When the time is 12 o'clock, the second train, can I say 140? Because every time this is going to travel 10 kilometers extra, 10 kilometers extra. Okay, so after some time, if I am going to write like this, it will take a lot of time. Yeah. What you need to understand is this: the second train has to cover a distance of 60 kilometers only, because it's already covered 160, so you need to extra cover this 60. So if this train is covering 60, yeah, so the distance is what? 60. To cover this 60, you know relative speed will come into the picture. So can I say both are moving in the same direction, your speeds will get subtracted? Yeah, the second train speed is 70, the first train speed is what? 60. So 70 minus 60, that means the time is equals to 60 by 10, which means after 6 hours the second train is going to catch the first train. Okay, after 6 hours the second train is going to catch the first train. Okay, yeah, I got a time and I want the distance. What is the distance formula actually? Yeah, the distance formula is what? Speed into time. Which speed you have to take? You have to take the second train speed. Okay, second train speed. What is the why second train? Because after 6 hours only the second train will catch the first train. No, so you have to take the second train speed. What is the second train speed? 70. Okay, into 6 hours. Okay, then the distance is going to be what? Okay, 7 5 are 35, 7 6 are 42, 420. At 420, at a distance of 420, the first train, the second train will overtake the first train, and at what time? At 6 hours. Guys, the concept is very simple. The concept is very simple. Both are moving in the same direction. When both are moving in the same direction, what you are going to do is, okay, when both are moving in the same direction, you have to take, you have to understand one point. Okay, so it is going to take the distance of 60, that is covered in 10 particular speed. So you will take time as 6 hours. Then you want the distance, speed into time. So 70 into 6. So that is going to be 70 into 6. That's going to be what? 420 as you're going to be our answer. Okay. Yeah. So that's how you can get your answer. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. Please write down the next question. Yeah. A train leaves Hyderabad for Guntur at 6 a.m. with a speed of 60 km per hour. Okay, and other train leaves Guntur for Hyderabad. Guntur for Hyderabad at 8 a.m. with a speed of 40 km per hour. 40 km per hour. Okay, if the distance between Hyderabad and Guntur is 420, then at what time to do the two trains cross each other? Then what time the two trains cross each other? Again, he is asking time, friends. So what is the time formula? Distance by speed. Okay, I know the distance between these two stations is 420. Yeah, 420. Don't write 420 directly. Why? Because both trains are not starting at the same time. This train is started at what? 6 a.m. With what speed? 60 km per hour. This train is started at what a.m.? 8 a.m. And with what speed, guys? 40 km per hour. Okay, so you need to understand one point here. One point here. Yeah, the distance between the two stations is what? 420. Okay, so guys, look at here. This is 6 and this is 8, and you need to understand, if you want the relative speed, if you want to apply the relative speed, the point here is when both bodies are should be in the motion. Guys, when from Hyderabad the train has started till 8 o'clock, this is alone it's traveling. After 8 o'clock only both trains are traveling. So if you want to apply the relative speed, you need to understand it's what? Yeah, you need to understand the point here is what? The relative speed. If you want to apply, both bodies should be in the motion. Now let's try to figure it out. So when the time is 6 o'clock, this started at 6 o'clock, no? So till 8 o'clock there is a 2 hours gap. So can I say in 2 hours the train is going to travel 120 kilometers? Yes or no? The train is going to travel what? 120 kilometers. So now the time is 8 o'clock. Now the time is 8 o'clock. But I left with what distance? I left with only 300 kilometers. I left with what distance? I left with only 300 kilometers. When this is 300, now this 300 is traveled by both trains. Now this 300 is traveled by both trains. Now how much time it will take to travel this? Yeah, the time when the overtake means in this gap only that's going to be overtake. No, now the distance is what? 300. Yeah, relative speed. Both are moving in the opposite direction. Yes, then the speeds are going to be added. What are the speeds? 60 and 40. Then the time is what? 300 divided by 100. Then it's going to be what? The time is what? After 3 hours, they are going to be cross each other. You have to take 3 hours from where? At 8 o'clock. So 8 to 9, 9 to 10, 10 to 11. So after 11 o'clock, they are going to be cross each other. After 11 o'clock only, they are going to be cross each other. That's point you need to understand. Okay. So that is the point, you need to understand in this particular concept. Okay. So guys, today we have seen like the basic time, speed and distance formula, the three formats. Distance is equals to speed into time, time is equals to distance by speed, and speed is equals to distance by time. After that we have seen the conversion. Okay, how to convert kilometer per hour to meter per second and meter per second to kilometer per hour. Okay, then we have moved to what? uh, the relation between time, speed and distance. When the distance is constant, okay, speed is inversely proportional to time. When time is constant, distance and speed are directly proportional. Okay, when distance is constant, distance is constant and time is constant. When the speed is constant, it's also directly proportional. After that, we have solved few questions regarding this particular relation. Okay, when the distance is constant, how the things come into the picture. After that, what we have seen? Yeah, after that we have seen the average speed. Average speed means what? Total distance by total time. In that average speed, we have seen, we have seen this particular thing called what? In average speed, we come across all the concepts. Okay, like when particular distance A to B is going with P speed and B to A with Q speed, then what is the overall average speed? Okay, with the different distance also we have seen how to figure out average speed. Then we move to what? The relative speed. When the relative speed will come into the picture? Yeah, when two bodies are in motion, then only the relative speed will come into the picture. Okay, according to one moving body, the other moving body is also in motion, then only the relative speed will come into the picture, otherwise no. Yeah, in relative speed, what we have observed, when both are moving in the same direction, speeds will get subtracted. The relative speed is what? Difference of that particular speed. When both are moving in the same direction, what's going to be happen, guys? When both are moving in the opposite direction, then the speeds are going to be added. So we have seen two different equations in that particular funda. Okay, we have seen two different equations, in that particular funda. So this is how, the first session of, time, speed and distance. Next we'll see, the application of relative speed. So which means, you encounter questions on trains. Okay, we'll see all the basics parts of the trains. Okay, train questions, then followed by boats and streams. So that's how we can end our time, speed and distance. Okay, so that's all for now, guys. Thanks a lot for being in my session. Have a great day. Thank you.